welcome back everybody. Mark here from Home Slots Fun. So we're going to do something a little special today. I've got this S2000 Barcrest Top Dollar, and we are going to get this all ready to go for a customer. Alan, thanks again for your purchase. I hope you really enjoy it. I know your family's been looking forward to this. This is a really clean Top Dollar. The top box especially is very bright and very light. There's no fading or dimming, which I typically see, honestly. So this is really nice. Anyway, so we're going to do a couple of requests here. The customer wanted it in $10 denominations, so we're going to have to do a clear and a key, and I'll walk you through that process. I've done that many times on my channel before, but it doesn't hurt to see it again, right? And we're also going to set up the ticket in, ticket out on here so that they can have their customized tickets, and then we'll just do some basic maintenance and cleaning, putting in the ticket paper and all that kind of stuff. So take a tour with me and let me show you how I get a machine prepared for a customer for home use. Let's get started. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to turn this machine off. We're going to install the ticket in, ticket out module, which is right here, and then we will do the clear and key in order to get this denomination changed for the customer. So let's jump on in and get started. So the first thing is we're going to open the door, and we are going to turn off the power to the machine. Always important, especially when you're pulling this board out. You do not want to pull this board out with the machine on. You will short it out and pretty much kill your board. So let's take the little bottom bracket off here, and let's go ahead and install the ticket in, ticket out thing. And let me get in so you guys can see it. I'm just going to move the camera in. All right, and let me get the mounting bracket for the Tito. All right. So it comes with a little USB plug that just goes into the power outlet that's in the back here. And then this little tiny Molex here is going to go in right here. And that's it, basically. But we do not, the thing about these boards is you cannot have these touching metal because they will short out. Because there's no shroud or anything around this thing. So what we need to do is raise it and mount it. And I typically like to put it on the side of the cash box here. So what we have are these just little metal mounting brackets. So let's get those installed. Okay. And then these are just little plastic caps. Not really necessary because it's hard for these to come out, but why not? My fingers aren't working today. Hope everybody had a great week, good weekend coming up. And for all you guys who are interested, I'm actually going up to see Cowboy Slots late next week. And we are going to do our live show together in person. So if you're interested in that, I think we're going to do it not at our usual time, but move it to Monday. So that, because I'll still be on the road, I'm actually driving up there. I know it's kind of crazy, it's a long drive, but I love road trips, so get some excitement out of it. Alright, so I got those on. I'll take the little sticky tape off of here, or the covers, and then we're just going to mount it to the side here. Yeah, just so you can see what I did. So it's basically just sitting right here. And again, this is the ticket in, ticket out, so this allows, tickets can be printed without it, but they can't be accepted with it, so, or without it. So now that that's in there, we'll be able to do that. All right, so let's pull the board out. Again, power is off. Okay. And let me show you what we're going to be doing here. All right, guys, I wanted to get a better angle here. So we're looking at is the board here, and this is the game chip, and we're going to remove the game chip to put in the clear chip. and I am using a 224 clear, which works for most S2000s. Now there are other S2000s that require what's called an R board, and that process is a little bit different. Most S2000s are what I'm about to show you. So we need to remove this chip. If you have a chip puller, I recommend using that. I use a big long flathead screwdriver, which also works. And what you want to do is just find the gap in between the chip and the board and just start moving the back and forth. Be very slow, push it in, and then the chip will come out. Make sure you try to lift the chip straight out instead of bending it, because you'll bend these pins, and these things are notoriously brittle, so be careful with that. All right, so let's take the clear chip, and what you're looking for is the notch here. There is a notch on the side. It needs to line up with the notch on here so that you get pin 1 to pin 1 on these little legs. If you don't, and you put it in backwards, it'll heat up the chip and probably burn it out. If you're lucky and you catch it fast enough, you can prevent burnout on the board. So best just not to do that. And yes, I have done that in the past. I think everybody who's worked on machines have, not been paying attention, and suddenly they put the chip in the wrong way. All right, so I'm just working these pins in gently, and when I feel like they're all set in there, I'll put pressure down, but don't do that until you feel like all the pins are in the sockets. Okay, and then let me raise this up here so you guys can see the next step. So now I'm going to put it inside, back into the machine, and flip the power on. And what we're going to wait for, there are 2 green lights there. We are going to wait for 2 amber lights to show up. Takes about 20 seconds or so. Okay, there's 1 amber light. We're waiting on the second one. All right, so the second one's lit, so we power the machine back off, and we pull the board out. Again, I can't say it enough, make sure you power the machine off before you do this, before you pull the board out. These boards are getting very expensive and hard to find, so don't make the mistake. All right, now we're going to take the clear chip out, and now we are going to put the Key 45 chip in. And basically what the clear chip does is it wipes the RAM of the machine, all of the previous data, basically puts it back to factory defaults. So all the accounting records, denomination settings, payback percentage settings, sound settings, all that stuff is completely wiped. And then what the Keychip, this one's being stubborn here, there we go. And then what the Keychip does is basically tells the machine that we're ready to program it. So again, the notch, same thing here. Because if you clear it and you don't key it, it's going to assume all the defaults. So it will assume you only want penny denomination, that kind of stuff. All right, so we're going to put the board back into the machine again. And power the machine on. This time the amber lights are going to come up really fast. They're there, so we'll shut it off and pull the board back out. And now we will put the game chip back in, and then we'll do the initial boot process. Okay. All right, so I got the game chip, check for the notch. Again, I cannot stress it enough. Make sure that you feel all the pins go into the socket before you push any pressure. Because if you bend these pins, like I said, you maybe get one more shot at bending them back, and that's it. All right, so let's put this back in the machine, and we will be ready for the first boot. Alright, flip the power on. Alright, then just kind of don't close the door all the way, just let it rest like this. And that'll put you guys up. So we're going to get loud beeps in here in a second, and what you're going to need to do is on the side of the machine there is a Jackpot Reset Key. You see it sticking out there? We're going to turn that 4 times once it starts beeping. It's going to produce a RAM error here, and the errors are going to look pretty nasty in here, but there's nothing to worry about. It's very normal. So we'll just wait for that to come up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to see here it's going to say press test switch for 2 to 3 seconds. So what you need to do is open the door, and there's a white button on the CPU here. You need to hold it in for 3 seconds. 2, 3, and it's going to tell you please close the main door. So we're going to close the door, and it's going to do another initialization here, and then it's going to say call attendant, and we will open the door, we'll get an alarm again, and then we turn the key 3 times. So the first time is 4 times, the second time is 3 times. My dogs are howling. If you hear those, I'm sorry. All right, so we see call attendant here. We're going to open the door. We're going to get an alarm, and remember, turn the key 3 times. All right. So that's it for the alarms, and now we're going to go into the key process. So let me move the camera over here so you guys can see it. Lord of the Rings glare is pretty bright there, but let me zoom in. There we go. And then what we're going to do is go through the key process, setting up the Keychip config. And this is where we set the denomination, the accounting, the payback percentage, set up the ticket in, ticket out, that type of stuff, the initial setup. Alright, so Keychip config. I'm going to go through this a little bit fast. You can either slow it down, or I do have another video where I go really slow with this. But for the sake of time. So accounting denomination, we're going to set to pennies. And this is so that when you put it, you can put a ticket in of any amount and it will accept it. Regardless of what the denomination on the machine is. So we're going to set that to pennies. Coin denomination, the customer wanted $10, so we're going to put it at $10. And player denomination, $10. Okay. Game selection, so the customer wanted the highest payback percentage possible, and it looks like this one's 97.50. And you can see the different game programming, pay table programming IDs here. Goes all the way down to looks like 87.56, but they want it on the highest. It's for the home, so it makes sense. It's a 97.50. All right, and we need to configure our bonus to legacy so that the ticket in, ticket out will work. And machine type is upright. Keychip validation type is system. Again, that is for the ticket in, ticket out. We want to enable the printer because by default it's not. And voucher redemption needs to be set on SAS. And change voucher, I set this to enable. This is, I don't know if you've ever played a machine where you put a voucher in and then it spits out your change. I like to enable that just so it does that instead of locking up the machine. And I think we'll turn on coinless mode because there's no coin mechanism in here, and I think that's it for that, so we'll exit all out of there. I'm just going to save everything. And then we need to do some more. So what we need to do is open the door, and I'm pressing that white switch again, just for a second. And that will take us into the menu again because there's some more work that we need to do. Sorry the glare is so bad on that. All right, so we need to go to limits, and credit limit will max out at 100,000. Jackpot. Now this customer wanted it set at 2,000, so anything 2,000 or above will trigger a hand pay. So we set that to, it's one less than what it is, so we set it to $19.99. And so that means that if they get a credit win that is over, because it's set on $10, so anything 200 credits or higher will trigger a jackpot. Then bill limit, we'll bump that up to 3,000. I think that's it for the options. Sound options, let's turn the volume down because it's pretty loud by default. Now this game has multimedia sounds, like when you spin it has different voices or different sound music, but the customer wanted to keep it traditional, so I'm not going to go in there and change that. Bill acceptor, nothing there. So comm setup, this is, I'm going to roll through this really fast because this is the for the ticket in, ticket out. All right, we should be good to go here. Now we do have a real tilt here, so I'm glad that actually showed up because I can show you how to clear that. So the middle reel looks like it's not working very well. So what you can do is just open the door and move all the reels like this, and then close it, close the door. Sorry, it's kind of hard to do it from sitting down. Okay, so we're good to go. Last thing, I need to put the bottom door back on. So let me open it again. And I'm just talking about the tray down here. It just slides right in. I know I didn't put the camera down, but it's pretty simple. Okay, so we should be all good to go here. All right, so let me see. I got a ticket here, and we will put the ticket in. I didn't like it that time. Let's try again. I wonder if I skipped a step here. Oh, you know what? It might be the bill limit. Hold on. Let me take the other voucher out of here that I have. All right, let's try that again here. Okay. There we go. So the bill limit's $3,000. That's the most you can have in the machine. So it was rejecting the $3,900 one I had in there. So, all right, well, let's play some top dollar. Oh, yeah, I'll remove this sticker. I do not have a denomination sticker for him, unfortunately. So I'm just going to put a little black plate there. But let's play a little bit of top dollar, and I'll show you how to do the ticket paper at the end. But just want to show them everything's working. Looking really good. Try to get that bonus here. Or maybe we'll get the 3 triple diamonds. How's that? There we go.
First offer. 30 credits. Second offer. 35 credits. Third offer. 25 credits. Final offer. 50 credits. Boy, you're a winner.
All right, let me show you how to get to the ticket paper, because that will need to be refilled from time to time. And by the way, let me do a cash out so you can see. It'll print the ticket. All right, so we got the cash out ticket there. So what you want to do is open the door, and then this slides out. Just pull it straight out like this. Okay, and let's say that the ticket printer is out. What you want to look for is the direction. There should be a small dash and a big dash facing this way. And all you need to do is just put it inside of this little slot here until it catches, and it will pull it in automatically. If you didn't do it right, you will not have a green light here, you'll have an amber light. And so that's how you can know. And then you just push that back in and close the door. And there we go, we are all set. All right guys, well, we are all done. Alan, I hope you and your family absolutely love this top dollar machine. Honestly, this is still one of the nicest top dollars that I've seen. There's absolutely no fade up here, and even the reel strips are super bright and no fading on those. So I think this one was probably not used in the casino that much. So I hope you guys really enjoy it. It's all ready to go. I'm probably going to swap out your ticket printer here because I noticed it was a little faded whenever it printed out. But I'll get that all done before you guys come pick it up. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really appreciate a thumbs up and also a subscription. I do all kinds of stuff on this channel. This is where I first started, was just documenting all the slot repairs and stuff that I do in here in the shop, and because there just isn't a whole lot out there. But I know my channel's grown to be a little bit more than that, and that's cool. You know, I like to spread my knowledge as much as I can. And so if you guys ever have any questions for me, make sure you ask me, and I'll be happy to answer. Now, a lot of people email me with slot help for their slot machines. I do my best to reply to everything. A lot of times I'm not able to do anything unless I'm physically at the machine. But if you have emailed me and I haven't emailed you back, I promise I will get to you eventually. It's just been pretty crazy lately. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on the next one.